Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
Welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's right. Every Saturday we get to spend with you, guiding you to personal and financial wellness, and we do that through our decades and decades and decades of experience in the mortgage, finance, and real estate world. Plus, we've aligned ourselves with decades and decades and decades of experience through all the professionals we work with. We're talking the best of the best that Santa Clarita and the nation has to offer.
So we have thousands of years experience.
There you go.
I like it.
We're not stupid, but we do surround ourselves by the best, and our goal is to always educate you. Find out more by going to donandgino.com. Actually, go to donandgino.com. You can actually join us. We do tape we actually video with 3 HD cameras that go back and forth between us and our guests. No guest stage, just you get Don and Gino all day today.
Sorry.
Because we wanted to share with you what's really happening in the markets today after the great 4th of July weekend. Where we have segments about our vets. And today we wanted to dive into a couple of topics, one being our veterans and what great loan opportunities are available for them to be, have the beautiful thing of home ownership. And then we're going to talk about a lot of you first-time buyers are like, how do I get into a home? We're going to talk about that.
Yep.
And then we're going to close on what's happening in the market today right here in Santa Clarita and success tips. Nobody's become more successful than our Skyline team in helping you get into a home.
All right, well, let's jump into VA loans because we're super excited about that. The reality is that it's an underserved area in the mortgage world, and the reason is most lenders, or some lenders, I'm going to say, I'm not going to say most,
yes,
but some lenders are afraid. They don't have the experience. They haven't done it. They don't know enough about it, so they don't sell it, right? Because in order to be a salesperson, you have to be confident in the product you're selling.
You sure hope so anyway.
Yeah. So when someone's not comfortable in the product, they try to sell you away from it and say, you don't need that. Here, go conventional. It's better.
Well, actually, even worse, Gino, is when they say, oh, yeah, we do VA loans.
Oh.
Not I understand, and I'm an expert at VA loans. We do VA loans. Should be your first clue that the company does them somewhere. But it's very, very specific at how a VA loan needs to be handled. But the beautiful thing is it is absolutely, and we're going into some details, absolutely one of the best mortgage loans available on the planet.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of myths attached to VA loans. So let's get those
There
out
you
of the
go.
way, a little
Yeah.
bit out of the way over there, right? The first one is that they take too long.
Yeah.
Right. That's whatever. So let's go back in time a little bit. The VA loans have a little bit of a black eye from about 25 years ago?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Yeah. So back in the day, VA loans were less understood than they are today even. And so they kind of had this like negative connotation, kind of like reverse mortgages.
Well, you did have to deal with the VA themselves more than you do now. I mean, I remember having to go down to VA personally as a loan officer and go help them get their DD-214s, help get things processed. The VA appraisal took forever. I mean, there's so many issues.
So the electronic revolution got rid of that.
Yes, yes.
Right. So usually, in most cases, unless there's an appraisal issue, we have no problem closing them in 30 days.
Right.
Right? So if you want to be very, very safe, you go for 40 days. But we're not talking about 60, 90-day escrows. 30 days is fine for a VA loan for a company that does VA loans on a regular basis and has you structured appropriately up front.
I love that you're hitting the myths, Gino, because another big one is, and it's funny, some lenders that don't do VA or are not versed at VA will just flip you into a different program like an FHA or conventional, which are not bad programs, but possibly not the best for you, but they don't understand it, so they go, this program is just as good. But the other thing is, the other myth is that because you're putting potentially zero down, it's a 100% financing loan, that you cannot get your offers accepted in a very tight market. And that could be true unless you're working with a company that is well respected, that closes their loans and closes their loans on time. Therefore, it is not a detriment at all. We don't have any problem actually, we use it as an advantage that it's for our vets, and you should accept this loan. One, we've done all our due diligence up front, so you vets or your friends that are vets that need a loan, we go through every detail. There is no rock left unturned. So when they get approved, it is as good as cash.
Well, and that's what we say. One of the things that we do here at Skyline is we always call the listing agent when you write an offer. Imperative. Did I just give away one of the tips?
Yeah, that was for segment 4.
All right. Sorry, I gave away one of the tips. I couldn't help myself. But it's imperative that you do it, especially for a vet.
Yes.
Right? Is you want to make sure to call and let them know it's as good as cash. And when you call that listing agent and you tell them it's as good as cash and you have a reputation in town of doing what you say you're going to do,
which Skyline does,
then you get your offer accepted.
Well, and then we also press, hey, and on top of this is for one of our veterans. Our goal at Skyline Home Loans, and it should be one of your goals as a real estate professional, is to help get our vets into homes.
100%.
And this is a great vet who loves your home, and his family's excited about your home, and their loan's all good to go. This is the offer you should be accepting. And it makes a big difference. So let's just eliminate that myth, especially if you're going with a reputable company like Skyline Home Loans that people respect and know will get the job done. All right, let's go through some of the advantages of a VA loan.
Well, obviously we touched on one of them is the potential to possibly get into a home with no money down.
How about that?
Gosh, that's amazing. And, you know, a lot of times people say, oh, well, they have no skin in the game. That's very risky. Look, that's not true. 0% down loans are fine. The problem with 0% down loans of the past was that we weren't verifying income.
Right.
But VA loans, they verify the income just every full documented loan. One of the most fully documented loans.
And how much money's left over. It's the only one that asks.
It's the only one that asks for the residual income.
You might want to talk in the mic, Gino.
Sorry, I'm having technical issues here.
Why? You sound fine.
I can't hear anything.
Oh. Oh, it's your
Yeah, my
headphones.
headset's busted,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna it comes in and out. So, all right, we're gonna go headless.
Okay. So, yeah, and you can get in with 0 down into a home potentially, in most cases with VA loan, and all the way up to, we're talking loan amounts up to $636,000.
Okay, so that's 0 down.
Right.
However, but
Yes.
wait, there's more.
Yes.
Again, most VA lenders don't know that you can exceed the county limit. So just recently we did an $800,000 purchase with a VA loan. Awesome jumbo loan.
Not 0 down, but minimum down compared to any other option available by far.
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. And pricing is not very FICO sensitive, so you don't have to have perfect credit.
Yep.
On a conventional loan, pricing is extremely FICO sensitive. So if your FICO is under 660, you're going to pay a really high interest rate.
Right.
With VA, that's not the case.
Okay, so if your credit is not perfect, you should still be looking into getting a VA or FHA loan. There's a lot of flexibility with government-backed loans. And we're going to go over the FHA and first-time buyer programs in the next segment, but we wanted to spearhead our VA loans and how strong they are. You can also potentially either get the seller to help out with your closing costs, or the lender can assist with helping to eliminate or cover the closing costs.
Right. Super secret VA trick. Seller can pay for your credit card debt in order to help you qualify. Now, not all lenders will do that, but it is a VA guideline, and if you stay true to the VA guidelines, you can do that.
All right. So again, now there's qualification. Just because you're a reservist or in the military doesn't mean automatically that you qualify for a VA loan. We need to basically see your discharge papers and utilize your DD-214 to see where your certificate eligibility lies, because we have had that. We're like, well, I was a reservist for 4 years. Well, maybe the amount of hours needed to obtain your eligibility isn't sufficient.
Yeah, so that's something to be careful for. And again, if you work with a professional, they'll check that up front. You want to make sure you have your certificate of eligibility before you get a pre-approval letter, for sure, 100%.
All right. And what's really nice is, again, we are leaning towards you calling us. Actually, go to SantaClaritaHomeLoan.com. www.SantaClaritaHomeLoan.com. All the professionals on that page can and will help our veterans get into a home, and nobody does it better than Skyline. In fact, Skyline Home Loans does more VA loans than almost any lender in LA County.
Yeah. In fact, bigger and better than the big boys.
How about, the big banks are like, when they don't study, and we're dedicated. Our team is dedicated to you, our vets. You heard it right here. So again, go to SantaClaritaHomeLoan.com, or you can always reach out to us at donandgino@gmail.com. You can always email us and say, hey, I got questions on that VA stuff.
Yeah.
We're the
bottom
experts.
line is, if you're a veteran, there's no better loan than a VA loan.
And no better time than getting in now. All right, next segment. We got 2 more segments. Great segments coming up. Next ones we're going to talk about some of the first-time home buyer options for you, because a lot of you out there, I know prices are going up. You're like, there's no way I can get into a home. But there is, and we have those answers. And then we're going to close out with what's happening in the market and success tips during this crazy real estate market we have today. We'll be right back on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show.